Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, where tonight the Roseburg boys basketball team will host the Willamette Wolverines in a Southwest Conference matchup for the first time in a couple of seasons. Willamette dropping down to the 5A classification and spent the last 3 seasons in 5A, but they've bumped back up to the 6A classification this season and rejoined the Southwest Conference. And so tonight we bring you the Wolverines and the Indians in a Southwest Conference matchup. Roseburg comes in after their first conference win over North Medford on Tuesday this week, a 95-74 victory here at home, while Willamette is coming off of a 91-88 victory at home against South Eugene on Tuesday as well for their first Southwest Conference victory. We'll talk more about the matchup as we get ready for tonight's broadcast as we welcome you in. Want to remind you tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com, where you can watch the action streaming for free. You can also check it out on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find us there, and you can follow the action with us. Hit the subscribe button to be able to stay up to date with Roseburg High sports throughout the school year. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys, talk about tonight's matchup and the win over North Medford. We'll have that for you when we come back after a 2-minute timeout. It's the pregame show. Roseburg and Willamette squaring off tonight here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here with more of our pregame show on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Roseburg boys back at home tonight for a Friday night affair as they welcome in the Willamette Wolverines back in the Southwest Conference this year. And tonight we get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, nice win for you guys back on Tuesday. Get that first win in conference play. Snapped a losing streak against North Medford. And it felt like these guys kind of played to the level, to the expectations, the confidence that you've been thinking, you've been seeing and they can. Finally really kind of saw a lot of those pieces come together out on the floor.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, that first game at home against Crater, the guys were too jacked up, and they talked about that, and they knew that they were after the game. And then the game against South Medford at their place, so, they were a little timid and a little scared. And we finally got the balance right. A home game where we came out and played like we're capable of, and another game that they could have been timid of against North Medford, and a team that these seniors haven't beat. And that was kind of a good moment for them to find that perfect moment and perfect mental approach to come out and play like we're capable of.
Yeah. we're at the midway point of the season, just on the number of games you guys have played and the number you have left. Obviously this is kind of the point where you want to see things kind of taking a step up and these guys really starting to click in. Do you feel like maybe that was a turning moment on the season where these guys see it click, they see the results, and hopefully, and they see it against a good team that obviously, like we said, they hadn't beaten in a while. Maybe kind of all those pieces come together and things start really kind of snowballing the rest of the way?
Yeah, definitely. I think even partway through that game, you could just see the confidence that they got just from the way they were playing and how comfortable they were on the floor. And I think that confidence carried over to our last two practices, and hopefully that confidence continues on as we keep playing league opponents. We're still just 1-1 though, and North Medford's still ahead of us at 2-1, and South Medford's still ahead of us at 3-0. And to get where we want to be, we just got to focus on one game at a time.
That's the most you've talked about records, and I think I've heard all season. I thought you guys were looking to be 1-0 today. That's still the message. I know that is. Looking at it today here, you guys welcome in Willamette. It's a team you guys the program hasn't seen for a couple of years, back at the 6A level. Watching them on tape, what kind of things you see from this team? I was looking at some of the numbers. It's a team that put up 90 points in his last game. Also has a game that they put up, I think it was 19 or something like that. So kind of interesting. What have you learned about Willamette as you guys prepare for tonight?
They got some good athletes. They're kind of young. They play a lot of guys. I've seen games where they like to play fast and games where they like to slow it down. It just kind of depends on who shows up that night or whatever. But the message is the same for us. We talk about, hey, it doesn't matter what's on the scoreboard. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It doesn't matter who our opponent is. We got to play the same no matter what. Sometimes if it were my choice, I'd rather just cover the scoreboard up and then uncover it at the end and see what the score is, right? And it's like, hey, if you can play like you don't know what the score is all the time, instead of having to look up all the time and see, then we might play harder all the time. And sometimes we get caught up in the score and not worrying about playing the correct way, and that affects big moments or not big moments, or when you have a big lead, sometimes you let up, and that's not good for you either.
Yeah. Or if you're down a lot, you stop trying to get back in a game when it's completely possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. I could maybe see myself watching sports where you don't know what the score is until the clock runs out. That could be entertaining. Talking with head coach Jordan Humphreys here. You guys, obviously, I know you're into your fourth year here with the program. You're continuing to build. It's nice that your first senior class that you saw from as freshmen now here, and you're building something, and we're seeing the results on the floor. A lot of this doesn't come from without support of the community, the parents that get these kids to some of the camps and the things that you're trying to do away from the basketball court. I picked up a roster today, and you guys have some pretty cool things here. You've got some sponsors that are helping you guys out by looks like maybe pitching in with some monetary donations based on the number of points. I feel like it's the wrong season that some people jumped in on this, because you guys are putting them up. Well, I think I had you as number 14 offensively for the varsity in 6A basketball this year. Tell me a little bit about the program you guys have going on this year.
So we call it a basket backer program, and we've got a couple sponsors that have agreed to donate $1 for every point we score. One sponsor is IE Engineering, and they're doing it for the JV team, and kind of so we're keeping track of the points we score, and they're kind of going to give $1 for every point the JV team scores. And then Guy and Randall Construction is going to do $1 for every point we score on the varsity end, and contribute that way. So it's kind of fun to have them get behind the program and kind of something to follow, and something we can keep track of year to year and kind of see how many points we're scoring. And obviously, if anybody else is interested in joining on that basket backer program, we'd love to have you. But going back to what you said before that about the community support and the parents and the families, and you hear nightmare stories about coaches and parents, and parents beating up coaches and stuff like that. And ever since I've gotten here, I have not had a single situation where I felt uncomfortable. The parents have been respectful. They do a good job of getting their kids to places where I ask, even if I ask at the last minute, or sometimes it's unreasonable stuff like 5 a.m. practice after we have a road trip and don't get home until midnight. And I'm sure some of them get upset about that stuff, but they've trusted me with their kids and trust I have the kids' best interests at heart, and the support that they've shown has been amazing as far as that goes, along with other fundraising stuff that we do. They've just always been there and willing to help. Like tonight, we put up some Roseburg basketball gear in the lobby, which we haven't had for a while, and lots of parents come forward to offer to help sell that stuff, and they're just always willing to give a helping hand. I think that shows in the kids too. The kids have that same mentality. We go to restaurants and there's some extra garbage laying around, and they'll go out of the way to pick it up. They're respectful kids. They say thank you and please when we're at restaurants. I don't have to ask them. And they do lots of those little things that are go beyond basketball, and it just makes it that much better when you win and you have good kids. If you win, you have guys that are jerks and punks, and they're out there, cussing and swearing and wanting to fight all the time. It's not as much fun, and it just makes it better when you do it the right way.
Well, things are obviously going well right now, and obviously looking to try and get this program back to the area where we know it can be, and we're seeing great results this year and the great buy-in from the team and the community, so it's great to see there and excited about that. Thanks to the community basket backers who might have to get out the checkbook pretty good here this season, because this Roseburg team is both JV and the varsity finding ways to put up a lot of points. Coach, best of luck for you guys out there tonight. Looking forward to seeing what you guys have and wrapping up the week on a high note.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the pregame show as we count down to tip-off between Roseburg and Willamette. Joey Keyran here with you. Excited to get ready for tonight's matchup. Want to let everybody know, as we are in the middle of the basketball season, football season is not done just yet. We've got playoff games coming up this weekend on the Score, but as we count down to the big game coming up February 12th, now is the chance to get signed up for our Squares game, the popular game around the big game. Can't officially say the name of the game because we don't have the legal rights through the National Football League. But nonetheless, we could still run a Squares game around the whole thing. If you understand what I'm saying, I think you get it. If not, you can go to 541radio.com and check out more information about the whole contest. Really, whether you know what I'm talking about or not, it doesn't really matter. All you want to do is sign up, then you get randomly assigned a square, and you've got a chance to win big, as this year's Squares game is presented by All Wired Up of Roseburg. You've got a chance to win a 65-inch Samsung 4K Smart TV. Pretty decent prize there for our ground prize winner. Plus, we've got other prizes throughout the game awarded by B&D Meats down in Winston. So check it out at 541radio.com. Get signed up today for our Squares game as we get ready for the big game coming up February 12th. Getting ready for tonight's matchup. Willamette comes in at 7-7 on the season. They're 1-2 in conference play. Winners in their last game. They're 3-2 over their last 5. The Wolverines against South Eugene win 91-88. Their season high total there at 91. Willamette led 57-47 with about 6.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter and led 73-57, which, let's see, that looks like a 16-point lead if you ask me. That was early in the fourth quarter. But then South Eugene went on an 18-8 run to get back into that game to make it close, and only a 3-point victory for Willamette. Willamette shot 53% from the field and 44% on three-pointers. As for Roseburg, they're coming off of a win over North Medford, 95-74. North Medford jumped out to a 6-point lead in the first quarter, but that'd be really the only chance that they had at leading that game. Roseburg led 19-15 after the first. RHS kept stretching the lead from there. Biggest lead was 23 points later in that game. RHS had 10 three-pointers in the contest, went 13-17 at the free throw line, and shot 51% from the floor. They set a new season high for points scored with 95, but also did set a new season high for points allowed with 74. It was the first win over North Medford for Roseburg since the 2018-2019 season. And Roseburg comes into tonight's matchup averaging 72.4 points per game. That's number 4 in the 6A classification in scoring. As for Willamette, they average 48.8 points per game. We'll go ahead and take a quick 2-minute timeout and get you your starting lineups when we come back here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Back here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium for Roseburg boys basketball tonight here on The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. Starting lineups for tonight, the Willamette Wolverines led by head coach Chad Carpenter, 7-7 on the season, 1-2 in conference play. Starting five, we'll have 6'3" senior Miles Brooks, along with a 5'7" freshman Caden Garcia, a junior listed at 6'1", Braden Long, another senior at 6'1", Jordan Smizik. And then it'll be Michael Small, a senior at 6'2", an honorable mention all-league selection. On the other side for head coach Jordan Humphreys and the Roseburg boys, 11-3 on the season, 1-1 in conference play. Starting five looks familiar. Micah Mendoza, Carter Stedman, Jace Wilder, Boston Williams, and Hunter Fullerton. Your starting five tonight for the Tribe. Get ready to go with tip-off here from Roseburg High School. In the center circle will be Micah Mendoza and Miles Brooks. Both players standing at about 6'3". Micah, we know, has the hops to get up. We'll see about Brooks here as they get ready to tip. Roseburg in white, Willamette in the black. And the tip is just grazed into the direction of Carter Stedman, who brings it into the front court. Roseburg moves left to right on your radio dial. A three from the corner, and that's a big sign for Roseburg as Hunter Fullerton hits the three. He's had a tough time shooting lately, but he drains his first shot, and it was not necessarily an easy one. Roseburg will press, and Micah Mendoza with the steal lobs it up the floor to Williams. Boston gets his shot blocked by Brooks, and then a whistle. Foul will be called on Roseburg. They give that one to Jace Wilder. Breakaway there, but the defense caught up to Boston Williams and got the block shot. Roseburg will again press in the backcourt, racing around. They'll get back. They lob up the floor, goes into the middle of the Brooks. Couldn't handle it cleanly, but he tosses it back out. Driving in, hook a pass out into the far corner. Garcia, the freshman, drives but kicks back out to the free throw line. No-look pass underneath by Long. Underneath, it's Michael Small, the honorable mention all-league selection. Flushes it through for two. Micah Mendoza going to attack from the left side. The lefty pulls up. Baseline jumper is Long. Rebound comes down to the Wolverines. Garcia, the freshman, pass it to the near sideline. They get it across the timeline into the hands of Long. The junior, a three off the mark underneath the rebound. Pulled in by Smizik. He puts up a shot. No, underneath. Stedman down with the rebound. Carter will push it up the floor, coming off of his double-double last Tuesday. Driving in, Micah Mendoza off the mark with his shot. Rebound again pulled down by the Wolverines. 3-2 our score. Pass to midcourt. Getting away is Brooks, and he will lay it in to give Willamette the first lead of the night for the Wolverines. Williams on the right wing, handed off to Mendoza. He cuts to the rim, lobs it to Wilder, toss back out to the top. Fullerton another three, back iron dies there, falls off, and it is Smizik that pulls down the rebound. 4-3, Willamette in the lead. Pressure in the backcourt. Willamette nearly turns it over. They do keep it. Garcia attacks right side. He gets his shot blocked by Mendoza. Out of bounds, but a timeout called. Early timeout here for the Roseburg boys as they trail 4-3 against Willamette. Let's go ahead and take the 30-second break and come back here at Roseburg High School, Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
.6:04 to go in this one. A lot of possession so far for both sides. Only 2 minutes off the clock. Inbound from the baseline. Got the entry pass underneath, but Jordan Smizik lost it off his own foot. Out of bounds and a turnover by the Wolverines. Roseburg with it, trailing 4-3. They scored on the opening bucket of the ballgame, a three by Hunter Fullerton, and they haven't been able to get one since. Mendoza has it in the left corner. Back out to Fullerton, who launches the left wing three. That's off the mark on the baseline. It was Brooks who had it and tossed it off of Boston Williams to keep the basketball with the Wolverines. 5:44 to go first quarter. Roseburg looking to snap another lengthy losing streak against a conference opponent. Across the timeline comes Smizik into the left corner for Long. Back out to the top straight away with the basketball. Small drives to the right side, pulls back out into the corner. He wants the fadeaway three. He's got it. He's got 5 in the period, and he's given Willamette their largest lead at 4. Stedman with it out at the top. Pass right side, gets it right back to the left side to Williams. Looking underneath, zone here from Willamette. Out to Fullerton, a right wing three this time. That's a bit long, and he has not been able to connect since his opening three, and Roseburg trails by 4. Right side, driving in Long from the baseline. That one halfway down, spits back out. Miles Brooks underneath got the rebound. He's been doing a great job on the glass. And he'll give a second possession here to the Wolverines on the near side. Small, another deep three, and he can hit them. Have proven so far, he gives Willamette a 7-point lead. Fullerton, head fake, doesn't take the three after he's missed a few. He's a hesitation there. Micah's going to try to answer. He gets a three from the left side, and that one flushes through. No rotation on that shot, but that one right through the iron. Makes it a 4-point game. Roseburg needed that bucket. Stops the run by Willamette. 10-0 run to start there by the Wolverines. Left side, Garcia. Back out, a three from the righty. That's off the mark. Long rebound down in the corner for Micah Mendoza after the miss by Long. Mendoza crossover, gets to the free throw line, jump stop on the left side. He got hit from the backside. It looked like Miles Brooks got the basketball. Do they call him for the foul? No, they call the foul on Michael Small. So clean play by Miles Brooks on the backside to tip that ball away, but they call the body on the other side by Michael Small, who is not a small man, 6'2". Got a thick frame on him, a guy that can muscle, but also he's been showing some long-range touch. Free throw good for Micah Mendoza. He'll get another one. Micah shooting 72% at the free throw line, averaging a team-high 17.3 points per game. Asher Vredenberg checks into the ballgame, so does Owen Bentia. Second free throw, hops around and then dives through the nylon. Makes it a 2-point game, 10-8. Roseburg trailing Willamette here in the opening 8 minutes. Pass up the floor, Long with it. Finds Brooks on the weak side. His shot, no good. Rebound down to Boston Williams. Had an open look at it, couldn't hit the bunny. Boston will attack right side. He gets tangled up. It'll be Braden Long drawing the whistle here, I do believe. Into the game for Willamette was Jordan Thatcher. It will be on Long. Pass into the middle for Friedenberg. I was looking one way, so was the rest of the defense. Right through the heart of the defense goes Asher Friedenberg. He'll sink one through, and he ties us up 10. Pass into the corner, open look, a three off the back iron. Brooks underneath doing the hard work on the glass, had it tipped away from him after the miss. Now a steal. Garcia has it. Thatcher back to Garcia. Thatcher had that three miss in the corner. Back out to the top for Small, marked by Friedenberg. Small back into the corner for Thatcher. His three, back of the iron. No, underneath. It hits the support beam that comes down from the roof. So once it hits that, that is out of play. So it'll be Roseburg basketball. Michael Small will get a breather into the ball game. Comes Shamondo Roy for the Wolverines. 10-10 ball game. Roseburg started out with a 10-0 run by Willamette, gave them a 7-point lead, but Roseburg's now battled back and scored 7 straight. In the middle, Owen Bentia coming off of his career game on Tuesday. Out to the top, Stedman drives in. He had a nice night with a double-double, got right underneath. Miles Brooks puts on the defensive pressure. Doesn't get whistled for a foul, but he does get whistled for the last touch as that ball goes out of bounds. Inbound from the baseline for the Tribe. Out to the top to Bentia. Right side, Mendoza. He got the defender on his heels. Pass back out into the right corner. Friedenberg for three. Asher's got 5. And Roseburg's back in front. 13-10, 2:31. And counting in the opening period. O'Roy across the timeline. Finds Thatcher on the left wing. Back out to Garcia. To the left side, Brooks looking underneath. He'll give it up to the top. O'Roy going to attack against Bentia. Cut off as the double team came. Almost shuffled his feet. Stedman rips away the rebound on the miss. He'll push it up the floor. Goes right to the middle. Tries to step around. A whistle. Blocking foul. And it'll be a 2-shot foul, sending Carter Stedman to the free throw line. Third foul against the Wolverines. This foul against Jordan Thatcher, the senior. That's the first on him. Carter Stedman goes to the line where he has been steadily improving. 43% shooting there. Coming off of 11 points, 12 rebounds, 11 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals in the win over North Medford on Tuesday. Ties his season high of 11 points, and he had a double-double. Big night for the senior there. Misses the front end of his 2 free throws. Keegan Cleary checks into the game. Hunter Fullerton comes back in after a quick breather. Also, Jacob Hall in for Willamette, and Zayden Konavad into the game as well. Second free throw goes through. 1 of 2 at the line for Carter Stedman, and he gives Roseburg their biggest lead at 14-10. Roseburg will press with 2:08 to go in the first quarter. Inbound goes to O'Roy. To the middle to Thatcher, still in the backcourt. O'Roy with it, working against Bentia. Will come across the midcourt stripe, pass away left side to Hall. They set it back out to the top. Against Bentia, O'Roy dribbles right side. Catch and shoot 3 is good for Braden Long. He'll get his first, and this Willamette team wanting to shoot the 3 ball. Mark Oha has checked into the game as well for Roseburg. 14-13, Roseburg in front by 1. The gym filling up here tonight. Good crowd showing up for this varsity matchup to finish out the week. Roseburg trying to get back above 500 for the first time in conference play. Pass into the middle, went to Keegan Cleary and went right through his hands. Not sure if he wasn't expecting that pass, but a turnover by Roseburg. Left side, Hall going to drive to the baseline, trapped on the left block. Pass was tipped away and saved in bounds up the floor to Oha. He got it to Friedenberg, and his shot rolls off the iron. That was a pretty nice turnout by Roseburg down the floor, but in transition, they can't cash in. Hunter Fullerton marking O'Roy, back out to the top to Long. He'll dribble left hand, stops at the wing, hands it off. Thatcher drives to the left block, puts up the shot off the glass for 2 for Jordan Thatcher. And back in front goes Willamette at 15-14. 42 seconds to go in the first period. Oha with it. Will direct traffic on the right wing. Bentia, a bit of a lazy pass into the middle, tipped away, and now a pass is stolen. With it is Willamette. Jacob Hall going one-on-one, and he will get called for the travel. Threw the basketball up and ended up retrieving it himself. Can't do that. He gives it back to Roseburg with 27.9. Oha will walk it towards the front court. Looking sharp with, looks like a new haircut for that young man. He's looking sharp. He'll hold out at the center circle. Not often you'll see Roseburg take their time, but he's going to hold for the final shot. Now gets it going. Bentia back out to Oha. Left side to Fullerton. Into the corner to Friedenberg. Roseburg running the offense. Bentia, a catch and shoot three from the left corner. And Owen Bentia with his first points of the night to finish out the first quarter. 17-15 is your score at the end of one. Roseburg in front of Willamette in a back and forth first period. We'll take a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Second quarter action. Roseburg in front by 2, 17-15. Willamette will start with the basketball. Both teams leading in that first period. Willamette led by as many as 7. Roseburg led by as many as 4. Pass into the middle. The cutter. It has tipped down to the hands of Michael Small. Up the floor comes Roseburg. That pass tipped and saving it in bounds, but stepping on the sideline was Jordan Smizik. So back to the hands of the Roseburg Indians. Jace Wilder will check in. So will Micah Mendoza. Keegan Cleary and Asher Friedenberg will get a breather. Jersey night for the bum squad over there. Seeing a lot. Let's see. Lakers, Bulls, Boston, Beavers, Ducks. A little bit of everything over there. Deep three by the man in the Roseburg jersey. Number 24, Hunter Fullerton gets his second three of the night. And he makes it a 5-point game. Largest lead for Roseburg at 20-15. In the middle, pass underneath, wide open, and it rolls off. Rebound tipped out of bounds on the miss by Jacob Hall. Underneath, it was Zayden Conovad, got the rebound, but he couldn't hold on to it as the ball tipped out of his hands, and he will head to the bench. A short stint there for the senior. They've got him listed at 6'7". I'm not sure if that counts the man bun. Miles Brooks comes back in. Got to get it in. Finally lobs it out to Braden Long. Long into the corner for Smizik. He'll pass to the left elbow. Driving is Brooks. A little push off. Back out. They get it around the perimeter. Back into the middle now. Smizik driving. They'll reset back out at the top. Left of the key. With it is Long. Smizik driving. Spin. Move back to his left. Tried to step back around to his right. And a whistle on Mendoza. Called for the hip check. Smizik went falling to the floor on the contact, but it looked like a little bit off balance. He does do enough to draw the whistle. He'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. First foul on Micah Mendoza. While we've got a second here, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score. Two for 2 at the line for Jordan Smizik. Makes it 20-17. 6:57 to go, second quarter. Mendoza, quiet night so far. He's got 5. Work around the left side of the perimeter. A 3 by Hunter Fullerton. Just short. Clinks off the iron, off the glass, and ricochets into the hands of Braden Long. Small will bring it up. Gets a screen. Goes to the right. Pulls back, step back for the 3, off the back iron, no, underneath, Mendoza can't pull it in, it's Brooks with the rebound, into the corner, and Braden Long on the second look for Willamette, knocks down the 3 to tie us up at 20, 6:23 to play. in the second quarter. Mendoza pass tipped into the corner. And man, Miles Brooks is a guy that is all over the floor out there for Willamette. And this Willamette Wolverine team does a good job of getting in the passing lanes defensively. Oha with it. Dribbles left hand to the left side. Gets it back from Mendoza. Fullerton, right wing. Pass back to the top. Roseburg looking for some help. Get it in the middle against this zone from Willamette. Deep three for Oha. He knocks it down. Mark Oha, 47% three-point shooter, hits his first. 23-20 Roseburg. 5:53 to go. To the right side, Smizik behind the back dribble. Lost the handle. Oha with it. One-on-one against Long. He'll go up with the left hand, and he lays it in. Oha with a quick 5 for Roseburg to put him back in front by 5. 25-20. Pass in the backcourt. Small. Works to the right corner. Picked up his dribble. He will pass it away, and it's taken by Bentia. He goes up. He's hit. No, he can't get the bucket, but Owen Bentia will head to the line where he shoots 69%. Owen Bentia, our player of the game last Tuesday, 24 points, a career high, had 5 rebounds to go with that as well, hit 4 3-pointers in that game, came off the bench, and was a huge part of Roseburg's 95-74 win over North Medford. At the line trying to add to Roseburg's lead. And he will hit the first. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give him a call at 541-378-6694. Second free throw for Bentia. Carter Stedman back into the game for Roseburg. And his second one did not go. So 1 of 2 at the line. Boston Williams is waiting to check in. Won't get the chance, but Bentia comes away with another steal. Hunter Fullerton lets the defender fly by him. Misses on his 3. Going back with it. It's Stedman with the offensive. Carter got the offensive board, tried to muscle his way back underneath, and a little bit too aggressive there. Knocks the defender down, gets whistled for the foul. First on Carter Stedman. Roseburg with the starting 5 on the floor as Boston Williams comes back in for Owen Bentia. Smizik will inbound for Willamette. Willamette turned the ball over a couple times recently. That's allowed Roseburg to build their largest lead of the game at 26-20. Game was all tied at 20 at one point. Pass up the floor, wide open underneath, and the shot goes through for Jordan Thatcher, and that has been one of the bugaboos with Roseburg's press defense. Sometimes if Roseburg doesn't get the trap, they don't get back in time. 4-point ball game here with 4:54 to go. Pass in the middle to Mendoza. Gets it back to Fullerton. He drives, draws the defense, and finds a wide open Micah Mendoza in the middle who gets the floater. 28-22. Left-hand dribble. Smizik. Pass up the floor. Diving to get there and knock it away was Micah Mendoza. That stops the progression for Willamette. The Wolverines will have it, but they didn't get the fast break points. Inbound will be coming in front of the scorer's table. They stack it up, throw it into the backcourt for Long. 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Long drives right side, got by Boston Williams. He's just got a soft touch with the runner. Long will put it through, 28-24. Jace Wilder straight away, thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Stedman feeds it to Williams, into the corner. Mendoza 3, flat off the iron, no. Whistle on Willamette. Roseburg will get the ball on the baseline. Call that one on Thatcher, picking up his second. That is the 15th foul against Willamette. Roseburg with 3. Toss out to Fullerton at the top. No look to the left. Williams with it. One-hand pass back to Hunter. Stedman will reset the offense. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Fullerton. Get it left side. Boston will drive. Runner off the mark into the hands of Thatcher. 4-point ball game as we hit the midway point of this second quarter. Brooks with it on the right baseline. Tosses a pass back out to the top. Marked by Stedman is Garcia, the freshman. Some fancy dribbling to the free throw line. Pass away to Long. On the left wing, looking underneath, not there in the blocks. He backs up. He launches a 3. He nails it. With a hand in his face, Braden Long hits his third 3 of the game to make it a 1-point game. But on the other side, Micah Mendoza races up the floor for 2. 30-27, 3-point ball game. Every time Roseburg builds out a lead, Willamette has been able to push it and get back into the contest. Long to the top between the circles, Garcia launches it left side. A three is good to tie us up. The three ball has been the savior for Willamette. Jordan Thatcher has his first three. We're knotted at 30. Lob left side or right side. Stedman back out to Williams. Pump fake. Back to Stedman. Stedman, hesitation, drive in the middle. Kick. Corner. Head fake. Driving. A runner. Offensive on Fullerton. Had Jace Wilder, it looked like, open in the corner possibly. And he could have maybe given it up. Tried to attack, and his momentum carries him right through the defender. 6 3-pointers in this first half for Willamette. 6 3-pointers for Roseburg as well. 30-30 is our score, so I guess we could expect that things would be tied. Driving right through the middle, pass into the corner, back out, Garcia, a deep three. He's got it, and back in front is Willamette. Caden Garcia hits his first points of the night to give the Wolverines a 3-point lead. We'll take the timeout as Willamette will burn one here. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Roseburg basketball on the score is brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Here at Roseburg High School, 33-30, Willamette back in front. Roseburg's led by as many as 6 here in this period. They've been outscored right now, 18-13 in the quarter. 2:26 to go. Mendoza with it on the left wing. Gets it to Wilder at the left elbow. Defense kind of worked off him. He had a guy right next to him. He just kind of trickled away, and Wilder felt the space and realized, hey, I can attack here. Went right to the rim, gets hit as he does so, and he will head to the free throw line for 2 free throws. It is Cole Zumwalt, who has come into the game here recently, that picks up his first. Wilder hitting the first. Tonight's game also brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. 2 free throws good for Jace Wilder to make it a 1-point ball game. Zumwalt, pass taken away by Williams. He goes right to the rim, got too far underneath, gets hit by Zumwalt, who will pick up 2 quick fouls, the sophomore. Heading to the line will go Boston Williams, looking for his first points tonight. And a chance to give Roseburg the lead back if he can hit them both. First free throw, Boston knocks it down. Tonight's game also sponsored by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Boston Williams will give Roseburg a 1-point lead as he hits them both. So the Tribe getting points at the free throw line. Now looking to take it away again. Dangerous pass nearly stolen. Miles Brooks drives, kick into the corner. Thatcher a 3, long rebound pulled down by Fullerton. Hunter will push it up the floor, pulls it back, and he zips a pass out to Stedman. Stedman finds Mendoza cutting to the basket. Defense almost closed in time, but not quite enough. Just off. And Roseburg's back in front by 3, 36-33 as they go on a mini run. Bounce left side, that pass taken away by Wilder, gets it up to Mendoza for the jam! Micah gets them up and cheering here at Robertson Memorial. And Roseburg's in front by 5, and now a foul. Pass high into the middle to Miles Brooks. Got his feet taken out from underneath him. They call it on Boston Williams. What a thunderous throwdown by Micah Mendoza, the lefty. You know he's got springs in his shoes. He got up there for that one, and this place lit up a little bit there. 123 Pass into the corner, catch and shoot on the three by Thatcher. Off the front iron, no. Wilder with the rebound. Roseburg looking to press. Up the floor, Mendoza, right wing, pulls it back as the Willamette defense gets back quickly. Wilder, a straightaway three, and that is his spot. He loves that mark on the floor, and he drains one. 41-33, Roseburg out to the largest lead at 8, and they take it away again. Fullerton, pass, he's got Wilder, head fake, he'll drive, he gets airborne with the finger roll, the soft touch for the senior, Jace Wilder, a quick 5, and Roseburg suddenly up by 10 with 56.5 seconds to play in the opening half, and there's a timeout down on the floor. Let's take one as well, another 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Roseburg on a 10-0 run, 56 and counting here in this first half. Braden Long with it as Willamette will break the press. Garcia with it on the right side. 43-33 your score here at Roseburg High School. With it, Arroy to the right side for Garcia. Arroy tries to set a screen. Garcia goes opposite, wants to whip a pass across the baseline. It's knocked out by Stedman with 34.7 seconds to go. It stays with the Wolverines. Inbound from the baseline, Garcia lobs it in for Brooks, out at the top. Back underneath, they wanted to get it back to Garcia. It's taken away by Roseburg. Fullerton with it, dribbled between the legs, now goes out, gets bumped, and with his left hand, no, but the offensive board from Micah Mendoza. He's got 8 in the period, and Roseburg's up by 12. It's now a 12-0 run. Pass, get it to Smizek in the front court. Defensive pressure comes, he picks up the dribble at the left wing. Needs to find some help. Gets it out to Arroy at the top. Arroy with the left hand drives to the elbow. Jump stop in the middle. Offensive. Arroy tried to attack right to the rim. Jace Wilder was waiting in the middle, took the charge. And Roseburg will get it back with 0.8 seconds to play. They hit a buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter on Tuesday. Get it to Fullerton from half court. Oh, just off the mark as we go to halftime. At the break, it's 45-33. Roseburg in front of Willamette as we head to the locker room. We'll come back with your halftime show. Get you caught up with all of the results from the first half here. Take a look at what's going on around the conference here tonight. From Roseburg High School, at the break here, it is Roseburg leading Willamette 45-33. Back after a 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Back here at Roseburg High School at halftime, Joey Keyran with you as we are entertained by the Roseburg Pep Band here tonight. Always great when they're here to rock the house for us. Roseburg rocking it out on the floor as they finish out the first half on a 15-0 run. Willamette had taken a lead 33-30, and then Roseburg go on a run. It's been a game filled with runs. Roseburg got the first bucket of the night at 3-0. But then Willamette had a 10-0 run to finish that out. Roseburg goes on a 7-0 run to tie it back up at 10, but it's kind of a run back and forth for both sides. But Roseburg finishes with the big one to head us to locker rooms. They go on a 15-0 run to finish out that first half and lead at 45-33. Looking at stats for the teams on either side, 7 3-pointers made in the first half by Willamette, and they were 2 of 2 at the free throw line. On the other side for Roseburg, 7 3-pointers in the first half, 8 of 10 at the charity stripe. We'll take a look at individual scoring when we come back. We'll get in another quick 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at your individual scoring from the first half and what's going on around the conference here tonight as Roseburg takes on the Willamette Wolverines to finish out your week here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Scoring from the first half of tonight's ball game, 45-33 our score here at the break. For the Willamette Wolverines, 33 points in the first half. They are led by Braden Long, who has 11, the only player in double figures for the Wolverines. He's got 3 3-pointers in this one so far. 8 points for Michael Small, all of those coming in the first quarter. 7 points in the game for Jordan Thatcher. And then you've got, 3 points in the game for Caden Garcia, 2 points for Jordan Smizek. You're scoring in the first half for the Willamette Wolverines. On the other side, with a game-high 15 points, is Micah Mendoza leading the way for Roseburg. Behind him, you've got 7 points in the ballgame for Jace Wilder as he got hot there in the second quarter. 6 points for Hunter Fullerton on a couple of threes. 5 for Asher Friedenberg off the bench. 5 for Mark Oha off the bench as well. 4 points for Owen Bentia. And 2 points for Boston Williams. 1 point for Carter Stedman so far here tonight. As head coach Jordan Humphreys told us in the pregame show, for every point scored by the Roseburg varsity team, Randall Contracting, Guy on Randall Contracting will be donating $1 per point scored this season by Roseburg. And let's see, with 45 points. Again, I don't know why I always convince myself to try and do math on the radio, but they're up to 1,058 points on the season. Roseburg came in averaging 72.4 points per game. That is 4th best in the 6A classification so far this year. So Roseburg, with the basket backers, they're getting the wallets out there, thanks to our sponsors helping make that happen. The Roseburg JV basket backers, i.e., Engineering, I believe. Yeah, IE Engineering. They are the JV team added to theirs. 906 add 56. That is 962 points scored by the JV team this season. They won 56-30 earlier today. IE Engineering, the basket backer for JV points this year, and for the varsity, Guy and Randall Contracting. As for tonight, the Roseburg girls are on the road in Eugene against Willamette tonight, looking to see if they can pick up a big road win against Willamette. Willamette is in the latest coaches poll. I want to say they were in at number 9 in the latest coaches poll in the 6A classification. So going to be a tough test there for the Roseburg girls, but they're coming off of a overtime victory. Emma Murphy hits a three-pointer with 20 seconds to go in the regulation to tie up the game against North Medford on the road for the Roseburg girls. Sends it to overtime where they win that one. They outscore North Medford 11-3 in overtime. Pull off the 50-42 victory over North Medford. That snapped a 36-game conference losing streak that was nearly at 5 years total. So big win there for the Roseburg girls, as that program is trying to just get back into some consistency. And head coach Chad Smith and that Roseburg girls team has put in a lot of work. It was great to see that come to fruition for them. They're at Willamette tonight. Elsewhere in the Southwest Conference this evening, South Eugene's at Grants Pass and Sheldon's at North Medford. South Medford has the night off. Your Southwest Conference standings, South Medford leading the way at 3-0. They are number 12 in the OSAA power rankings. North Medford's 2-1. They're number 37 in the power rankings. Roseburg's 1-1, number 13 in the power rankings. Sheldon 1-1, number 27. Grants Pass is 1-2, number 17. Willamette is 1-2. They're number 33 in the power rankings, and South Eugene is 0-2 coming into tonight, number 29 in the power rankings. So that's kind of a look at what's going on around the conference. We're getting ready for the start of the second half here from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg in the white, moving right to left on your radio dial. They start with the basketball. Into the front court comes Micah Mendoza. Starting 5 on the floor for Roseburg. The Willamette Wolverines will trap Jace Wilder out near the center court stripe. Mendoza has it left side, working against Miles Brooks. Looks like the starting 5 on the floor for Willamette as well, as they stretch their zone out near midcourt, trying to stop Roseburg well away from the basket. Toss across the floor by Fullerton to Boston Williams. Back out to Fullerton, right side. Now Roseburg patient with their offense here as they see something a little different from Willamette to start the second half here. Actually, I called it a zone. It is man-to-man defense. Dribbling left side, Mendoza will get baseline, gets airborne, tosses up a shot. No, he wanted a whistle with some contact, didn't get it, but he stays with it, pressuring in the backcourt. Willamette will break the press, bring it up the near sideline. Brooks with it, drives in, and he can't get it to fall. Williams can't save it back in. He tried to push it up the floor, and there's a little bit too close there. Carter Stedman was right in front of him, and it looked like Boston put it on the floor, and it might have just kicked right off the heel of Carter Stedman. So Roseburg will give it back to Willamette. 12-point ball game, 45-33. Roseburg's largest lead of the game starting the second half. Braden Long, step back to the left elbow, draws it back out. Will pass it away right side to Garcia. He'll send one across the floor into the hands of Michael Small. Now into the right corner. Long working against Fullerton. Crossover to the left hand. Gets to the free throw line. The runner too soft off the front iron. Wilder pulls down the rebound. He'll send it up the floor to Boston Williams. Boston sends it back out. Right wing three by Wilder. Rattles through. Jace Wilder will get his second three of the night. And he makes it a 15-point ball game. 48-33, 6:20 to go here in the third quarter. Oh, almost tried to poke it away there, Mendoza. Couldn't get it away from Small. He drives in, gets it to Smizik, into the corner for a three by Long, and it rims out. That ball was halfway down. I don't know how it didn't stay in the cylinder. Up the floor, Fullerton into the middle to Stedman. He tries to power his way through. Got the defender off of him with a nifty pivot move, and he's able to drop it in from right in front of the basket. 17-point ball game and a whistle away from the ball. Hey, forgot to tell you there at halftime, stick around for the postgame show where we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games or come by to watch the live stream during the away games. Inbound after the whistle. It was a foul on Carter Stedman picking up his second. Owen Bentia works against Michael Small, brings it into the front court with the left hand, dribbles. He's quick pull-up shooter. Hasn't decided to do it yet, though. Drives to the right blocks, draws some defense, tried to make the pass to the middle. That ball's loose on the ground. It just kind of nobody could collect it. Finally, Boston Williams comes away with the steal. Gets it to Stedman. Stedman going to try and drive. Scoop shot off the glass. And Carter Stedman with 4 in the period makes it 52-33. And Roseburg pulling away here. They have not allowed Willamette to score in quite some time, dating back to the second quarter. Roseburg finished the second on a 15-0 run, and they have come out and scored the first 7 here in the third quarter. Small with it underneath. Finally will break the run as he gets a reverse lay-in for Michael Small. Up the floor, though, quickly comes Fullerton. He gets the bucket and the foul. And Hunter Fullerton will go to the line for the three-point play. So let's see here. 22-0 run is how it finishes for Roseburg. From when they were down 33-30, they go on a 22-0 run to pull ahead. Fullerton will get the and one free throw, makes it 55-35, a 20-point ball game, largest lead for the Tribe. And a whistle on Owen Bentia as he pressures Michael Small, racing into the front court. Roseburg basketball tonight is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you're ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner during these complicated travel times. Flyaway Travel, 672-5701. Small with it on the right wing. Drives to the baseline. Hooks a pass along the baseline out to the top. Into the game comes Jaden Owens, a junior. Ball tipped out of bounds on the far corner. Turnover by Willamette. Bentia comes out to help, gets it in the front court, tries to split the defenders, got tied up, turns it over, taken away by Willamette up the floor. That ball won't fall. Hunter Fullerton raced back to effect the shot by Owens, and Roseburg will get the stop. Driving baseline, pull-up jumper from Bentia, no. Bentia will harass Small in the backcourt, behind the back dribble, to the free throw line. No-look pass right into the hands of Carter Stedman with the steal. Fullerton races up the floor. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. He tries to split 2 defenders and gets hit in the air. Will head to the line for 2. Fast-paced action here tonight. Back and forth down the floor we go. Well, I'm curious. I'll have to look back at the film and see how long it went there, but the fact that Willamette took a lead at 33-30 and finally just got 2 points here not that long ago. That was a long drought for the Wolverines, and Roseburg really was harassing them. I'd be curious to see how long in-game minutes that truly was. Second free throw coming after making the first for Fullerton. Deep breath, and he nails the second one. 3 of 3 at the line here in the third quarter. 57-35, 22-point lead. Roseburg stretching this one out, starting to run away. Pass into the corner. Owens back out to Long. He'll drive, gets in the middle. Baseline pull-up jumper is good for Jacob Hall. Back to a 20-point ball game. This Willamette team can shoot the three, so we'll see if they start launching them and if they start hitting. Out at the top, Fullerton harassed, finally gets it away to Bentia. He'll try to drive, takes a lot of contact, cradles it in and off the glass. Owen Bentia soars to the rim, will kiss it through the iron for 2 points and a chance at a three-point play as he heads to the line. Braden Long will head to the bench. Into the game comes Shamondo Roy. 59-37, and looking to make it 60-37 is Owen Bentia. Second trip to the line tonight for him. And the sophomore rolls it over the front of the iron. He's 2 of 3 at the stripe and makes it a 23-point game. Stedman marking Owens in the backcourt. The junior gets it across the timeline, hands it off. Zumwalt has checked back into the game for Willamette. Hall to the left corner. Leroy with it. Dribbles out. Asher Friedenberg, Mark Oha have checked into the game for the Tribe. Pass into the middle. Found the cutting Zumwalt. Nice pass there. Good look for Miles Brooks with the assist as he finds Zumwalt cutting to the rim, and he's able to lay it in. Fullerton wants to get it into the corner to Friedenberg. No look pass back out to the top. Fake the pass to Fullerton. It goes into the middle instead of Friedenberg. He finds Fullerton wide open in the right corner. Fullerton drives a wild shot. He just threw it at the rim. Rebound came down to Friedenberg. He had a putback. No good. And Willamette will come away. Racing up the floor is Brooks. Had it poked away. Gets it to Owens. Owens has it poked away. Ball on the floor. Fighting for it is Stedman. Whistles. Will they call a jump ball or a foul? I think possession arrow. I think they're looking for the possession arrow. Waiting to kind of, didn't really see the 2 thumbs up as a jump ball, but I'm guessing that was the case. Jump ball. Yep, now they're explaining to the table on what happened. So jump ball possession arrow for Willamette. Miles Brooks will take a seat. That guy's been working hard. He's been doing a lot. Timeout taken by Roseburg. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 30-second timeout with 2:27 to go in the ballgame. Here in the third quarter, it's 60-39. Roseburg in front of Willamette on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Out of the Roseburg timeout, the Tribe putting a lot of pressure on Willamette. It was tipped into the backcourt. Owens harassed out near midcourt. Man, they were all over Jaden Owens for Willamette. He just had nowhere to go. Had the ball tipped in the backcourt, got it back, but he was just, there was arms and legs and bodies everywhere. That was suffocating. He'll get it out near midcourt again, and they'll come to trap. He'll bounce it away. Pass left side. Willamette with the basketball, trailing this one 60-39. A long three, no, bodies tangle up, and on the floor ends up Mark Oha. Shot was no good, and they call the foul against Zayden Konavad. So that'll be the first on Konavad. Micah Mendoza will bring the ball up. You've got Mendoza, Cleary, Oha, Friedenberg, and Bentia on the floor. Oha gets it left wing. They come to trap him. Got to credit both teams have been sticking with the defense here. Willamette, when they had it going defensively, they were really putting a lot of pressure on Roseburg. Friedenberg drives in, got airborne, pass out, tip to Bentia, catch and shoot three. It's just a bit short, fight underneath, and a jump ball called as Asher Friedenberg gets in and is able to tie things up and get the basketball back to Roseburg. 1:37 to go here in the third quarter. Braden Long and Michael Small will come in. A lot of adjectives for last names on this team. Small, Long. Into the corner. Micah Mendoza. Crossover, lost the defender, got baseline, but he couldn't finish it. Threw it up with the left hand and was a bit short. Conovad with it, pressured by Mendoza in the backcourt. Looked like he did not want to be the one trying to carry the ball up the floor. Doing so was Michael Small. He got harassed by Bentia, knocked out of bounds. Yeah, you got nouns and adjectives on this Willamette team. Hall, Brooks, Long, Small. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Long with it, finds a wide open underneath. A wraparound lay-in will be good for Jacob Hall. The sophomore puts it in, makes it 60-41. Left side, Cleary. Back out to the top. They work it to the right side, well outside the perimeter. Holding for the final shot here, Micah Mendoza. And the Willamette coach is hollering. They want him to come out and check him. Bentia will launch a three. He's got a chance at the 4-point play. Owen Bentia. Knocked to the floor by Zayden Conovad as he launched the three, which was nothing but nylon. And to the floor went Owen Bentia. He'll have the chance at the 3-point play. His free throw goes through, but they call a lane violation. Oh, that's too bad. No 4-point play. 63-41. Back to a 22-point lead for Roseburg. Right wing. Out to Small. He drives right side at the elbow. Nearly lost it. Spin move. He'll finish. Got it to dance on the iron and fall through. Small with another two. Left side a three by Bentia. No. Tried to chase the rebound down. It is tipped away. Roseburg has two players get tangled up. And Willamette will get it out in the front court. Can't take advantage of the numbers as Roseburg races back. Pass into the middle to Conovad. Turns, faces, and with a soft touch, falls it through. 63-45. Ball taken away by Willamette. Zumwalt against Mendoza. Has his shot blocked. A throw to the rim. Didn't have a chance. That one hits off of the poster for Trey Finlayson across the baseline. As we go to the fourth quarter, it is 63-45, Roseburg in front of Willamette here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Start the fourth quarter here at Roseburg High School. Joey Kieran with you. The Roseburg Indians leading this one 63-45. On the left wing, it's Braden Long with it. Over to the right side, a three by Jacob Hall, his first of the night. Will make it a 15-point ball game. Been as much as a 13-point lead, or excuse me, a 23-point lead for Roseburg. Now back down to 15 for Willamette. A foul called by Miles Brooks. He'll get whistled for it there. He picks up his first. 16 foul against Willamette. Neither team has been in the bonus in the first half and obviously not here in the second half. Roseburg will set up the inbound from in front of the student section. Asher Vredenberg gets it. They get it into Mendoza. You've got Oha, Vredenberg, Bentia, Cleary, and Mendoza on the floor. Mendoza, left hand, gets into the middle. Oh, wanted the throwdown, couldn't get it, but it ricochets out to Mark Oha. They'll get a second look. Oha tried to feed it to Mendoza, tosses it across the baseline. Micah was close. He can throw it down with a lot of emphasis when he's open on a breakaway. In traffic hasn't quite been as successful for him as of yet, but he'll probably get there at some point. Wanted the emphatic one there. With a 15-point lead, you don't worry about that one quite as much as if it was a closer game. But you don't like to give away opportunities at points, and he was right there for points. Driving in, throwing it up, off the mark for Hall. Fight for it. Oha is the one that comes away with the rebound on the tip. He'll get it to Cleary left side. He drives in, the double clutch, and Keegan Cleary will fall one through. His first points of the evening. Roseburg continues to press. Ball tipped off the hands of Long, goes right to Hall. He throws it up to Brooks, and that ball tipped out by Mendoza. And Willamette, some of their players looking around at each other going, what are we doing here? That wasn't the play we wanted to do there. Why didn't you just take it? Inbound from their own baseline for Willamette. Braden Long with it. He'll launch a three. Quick trigger there for him. Couldn't get it, but underneath, the hard working Miles Brooks with the rebound and the putback for two. And it's back to a 15-point ball game. Timeout taken on the floor. Let's go ahead and do it as well. Roseburg with the timeout. We'll take a 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Out of the timeout by Roseburg, it will be Indians basketball, 65-50 your score. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Hunter Fullerton with the ball on the right side. Whips a pass to the left side. Wilder, a couple of head fakes, drives in, gets squished between a couple of defenders. Willamette head coach Chad Carpenter wanting a travel call. Instead, it'll be a foul against the Wolverines. It'll put them at the penalty, it looks like. Yep, there it is. So Roseburg into the bonus. This, I believe, is a two-point shot, though. Fouled in the act of shooting was Jace Wilder. The right-hander misses on the front end. And stick around in the postgame show. Not only do we have your player of the game, we've got your rebound leader to award some acknowledgement on. It's the Colorcraft In the Paint rebound leader, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. So when it's time for you to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store. They're not a paint department. Empty trip to the line for Jace Wilder. Stays a 15-point ball game. Roseburg in front. Willamette with it on the left side. Zumwalt out to Brooks at the top. Right side, Small open for a three, and he'll miss. Rebound tipped. It'll be Brooks that tracks it down in the corner. Gets it to Small cutting in. He gets right to the rim and will finish. Down to a 13-point game, and Roseburg tosses it away. All right, here we go. This is the time where you got to shut down these kind of rallies. Can't afford to let Willamette steal some momentum here. They're close to getting it back to a single-digit game deficit after Roseburg led by as many as 23 in the third quarter. Roseburg's going to use a timeout. And we'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second as well. Back with more Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Roseburg basketball on the score, brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. And by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Willamette basketball out of the timeout. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. I'm just going to correct those for those that are watching online. Both teams 2 left in this one. 13-point ball game. Roseburg in the bonus has committed only 3 fouls as well, so Willamette has a little way to go before they're in the bonus. Pass underneath at the baseline. Shot no. Rebound tipped around. It goes to Small, and he'll get it on the second chance points. Michael Small makes it an 11-point ball game. Boston Williams will draw a foul against Willamette. Williams got a little off balance there, was knocked to the floor as he was trying to pass it into the corner to Hunter Fullerton. So Boston now will go to the line, a chance at a 1-and-1 here. So far here in the fourth quarter, 9-2, the advantage for Willamette. Boston does hit the first of his 2 free throws. He is now 3 for 3 at the line. And he will get the second. That one making it an adventure before it falls through the cylinder. 67-54. Back to a 13-point ball game. Small up the floor. Gets it into the corner to Hall. Drives baseline. Back out to the top. Garcia launches a deep 3. That one rims off underneath. It was Smizik with the rebound, but he has it taken away by Stedman. Gets it to Oha, will bring it up the floor. Back to Carter. As we near the midway point of this fourth quarter. Not out of the reach yet for Willamette, but time is not on their side as we count down. 4:44. Stedman in the blocks. Back out to Fullerton, a 3. Off the back iron, no. And Stedman going to get whistled for the foul as he gets too far underneath the body. That was Jacob Hall draws the whistle as he went up high for the rebound. 67-54 your score. 13-point ball game with 4:37 to play in the contest. In the backcourt, Garcia almost lost his handle on it. Marked by Stedman. Now he'll race it up the floor. Pass knocked out of bounds by Oha, but he's whistled for the reach-in. Inbound from the sideline for Willamette. First foul on Oha. 5 teams fouls now against Roseburg as they near the penalty. Into the front court, Garcia dribbles back to his right, gets it to Small at the right wing. Student section, bum squad getting into it. Driving baseline, Small got airborne. That might have been tipped from behind, and the rebound comes down to Wilder. He'll push it up the floor. Finds Oha, cutting from the left side. He'll finish it with the right hand. Mark Oha, and then a whistle. Makes it a 15-point ball game, and he looks like he'll have the chance at the and one. I was wondering if it was going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity here, but I think they'll say the continuation. It'll be an and one, not 1-and-1. The free throw, that one had some nice backspin to it for Oha as it sat on the back iron and falls through. 70-54 pass. Hunter Fullerton almost knocking it away from Hall. Willamette brings it up, get it back to Hall, right side. He is hit as he goes up. And back to the free throw line we go. I think we're going to be getting quite a few free throws here down the stretch in this one here tonight. Roseburg next will be on the road at Grants Pass coming up Tuesday next week. Willamette's going to be playing tomorrow. They're hosting Lebanon for a non-leaguer tomorrow afternoon. At the line, the right-hander, Jacob Hall, missing the front end. And free throws will be big for Willamette. If they want to stay in this one, they've got to get the ones that are at the free throw line with the clock stopped. Roseburg had it as much as a 23-point lead. Right now it's 16. Second free throw coming. That one doesn't want to fall. Tip around. Rebound into the hands of Stedman. He launches it up the floor to Mark Oha, who's wide open, cherry picking on the other side. Oha makes it 72-54. 3:51 to play. Roseburg continues to press, trying to put an exclamation point on this one. Pass tipped, and Oha nearly came up with it. Ball still on the floor, rolling around. It's Hall that gets it. He finds Thatcher. Thatcher, an open look at a three. It's short. He couldn't quite set up himself. Boston comes up with a rebound. He'll weave through traffic, behind the back dribble, tracks down a loose ball, and will pick it up. He's got Arroy all over him, and Shamond Arroy now whistled for the foul as he was harassing Boston Williams. That will be number 2 on Arroy, I believe. Yep. 10 fouls now on Willamette, so into the double bonus now for Roseburg. Be 2 free throws coming up here. Boston Williams will go to the charity stripe. Tonight's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Second free throw coming up here for Boston. Ooh, that one didn't want to fall through. Loose ball picked up by Arroy. He'll toss a rainbow pass. Hooking a pass now to the top. Owens into the corner. Gets it right back. Out to Long. He'll attack left side. Turns his back to the basket. Driving. A sweeping hook shot off the mark and right into the hands of Micah Mendoza. He'll race up the floor. Gets right to the rim, but he's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Vredenberg. He tried to go back up. Got stripped. Now a jump ball called. And it will be Roseburg basketball. Man, nice move by Micah Mendoza. Got to the rim but couldn't finish. That ball just spun off the iron. Inbound from the baseline for the Tribe. Carter Stedman calls out the play. Will get the basketball. Sets it in motion. And that ball tipped as it was inbounded, but able to track it down was Bentia. He dribbles to the top, circles back to the basket, and before he runs over a defender, they whistle Willamette. It'll be against Arroy. He picks up his third. So Owen Bentia gets a chance to head to the free throw line. He's shooting 2, so let's go ahead and pause real quick for a station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score. Zayden Conovad will come in as Owen Bentia missed the first free throw. Will have a second as he tries to stretch it to a 20-point lead for the Tribe. He will. 2:53 to play in the ball game. Roseburg continues to press. Vredenberg got up there, almost knocked out a one away. Thatcher will get in the front court, hands it back off to Arroy. Could have possibly maybe have been an over and back. I don't know if Arroy had established himself in the front court before he got handed that basketball. Whistle, though, stops play with Roseburg committing the foul. Keegan Cleary will check into the game. Foul was called against Asher Vredenberg, his first. Trey Finlayson will come into the game for Micah Mendoza. First action of the night for Finlayson, the senior. At their line, Shamond Arroy, 1-1. He misses the front end, and Finlayson with the rebound. But it's taken away by Arroy as he stepped right in and ripped it away from Finlayson. In the corner, Arroy underhand. He bowled that pass out to Conovad, and he couldn't handle it. It was right next to him. That pass was pretty low. For a guy listed at 6'7", that was trying to reach pretty low to get to that basketball. 20-point ball game, 74-54. Stedman, some pressure in the backcourt. Picked up the dribble, stepped through the defenders, got it up to Finlayson. He finds Cleary, cutting to the basket with Stedman. He gets his shot redirected, by Thatcher. Out of bounds, but it stays with the Roseburg Indians. 2:21 to go in this one. Roseburg looking to get a second consecutive conference win. Driving in, knocked to the floor, and out of bounds off of Willamette. I think that was a call made up to get Roseburg the basketball back because it should have been a foul, but no. Underneath, a fight for the rebound off of a miss by by Vredenberg. Stedman underneath got tied up with Owens, and Owens will get the jump ball call, and the possession arrow goes to the Wolverines. Owens will get it in the backcourt. 2:11 and counting. Roy behind the back dribble as he brings it into the front court. Working against Vredenberg, got right side, gets airborne, runs over a defender. They're letting a lot play. Conovad gets it. Now he gets hit as he goes up, and they call an offensive. So they call Zayden Conovad with the offensive. And will be a turnover by Willamette there. .156 to play in the ball game. Tonight's contest brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. Belong to Douglas County. Ball taken away after Roseburg got it on the foul. Willamette gets it back. Thatcher a deep three. That one splashes in. Thatcher will get his second three of the night. And it's 74-57. Timeout taken by Willamette. We'll go ahead and take our 30-second timeout here and come back with the conclusion to tonight's ballgame on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
With 74 points tonight, the Roseburg boys have eclipsed their season average of 72.4 points per game, so they will keep up that. Again, they have the number 4 scoring offense in 6A basketball. Got it. Then Roseburg's got some JV swing players in. Julian Lopez, Vincent Ash checking into the game. So no starters on the floor for the Tribe. Driving baseline is Roy. He'll put up a shot. And Shimon Roy will get 2, 74-59. A minute 25 to go. Vredenberg tosses it, finds a wide open Finlayson. He got the defender in the air. It should have gone up. Gives it up to Lopez, and Julian Lopez will get 2. Lopez averaging 1.5 points per game. He has not played in every game this season for Roseburg at the varsity level. Driving baseline, a right-handed shot off the mark, but Zumwalt will draw a foul and head to the line for the Wolverines with 66 seconds left to play in this one. It is a 17-point ball game. So Zumwalt will get a chance to shoot 2. He is making his first trip to the free throw line. Long on the first attempt. Well, if the score holds, which you would imagine it will, Roseburg will snap another lengthy losing streak against a team in conference. Roseburg has lost 8 straight games against Willamette. Last time the two teams met was back in the 2019-2020 season as 0 for 2 trip to the free throw line for Zumwalt. Rebound pulled down by Vredenberg, and he draws a foul heading up the floor. Zumwalt gets called for the foul. Last time the two teams met was back in the 2019-2020 season. Roseburg went 0-2 against Willamette then. This is the first league matchup between the two teams since the 2017-2018 season. Last time Roseburg won, it was 44-36 back in the 2015-2016 season. Asher Vredenberg at the line, gets the first of his 2. So Roseburg looking for their first win against Willamette in 7 years. Is that right? Yeah, 7 years. Wow. Second free throw for Vredenberg. Rims out. 1 minute to play in this one. Roseburg still with some pressure in the backcourt, but starters are out of this game for the Tribe. Pass away left side. Some new names in for Willamette as well. Jason Butler has checked into the game. Right side, Zumwalt. Off the glass and falls in. Zumwalt coming off the bench and having a decent showing. On the other side, Trey Finlayson with the lay-in. 79-61. 31 seconds to play. Owens driving right side. Gets airborne. Has his shot blocked by Finlayson. It will stay with Willamette. Coming in, Jordan Thatcher for the Wolverines as Jaden Owens will head to the bench. Inbound from the baseline. Goes into Arroy. Turnaround jumper from the baseline. No. Underneath. Conovad with the rebound. Put back is good. 17 seconds and counting. Vredenberg up the floor. Will get it out to Lopez for the three. And he can't get it to fall. Julian Lopez, the junior, getting some minutes here tonight. 5 seconds. Arroy puts up a shot. No. Lopez the rebound. And that will do it here tonight. Roseburg, a winner here at home, 79-63, your final score tonight. And the Roseburg boys will pick up their second Southwest Conference victory of the season. They go to 12-3 on the year, 2-1 in conference play. Willamette will fall to 7-8 on the year and 1-3 in the conference. We'll come back with your postgame show to wrap things up for you here tonight. Roseburg, a winner at home for a second time this week. They've now won 2 straight and look to carry the momentum into next week on the road at Grants Pass. Back with the postgame show after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Back at Roseburg High School, where we wrap things up with you tonight. Roseburg gets a win on top of Willamette. Final score at 79-63. Joey Keyran here with you. We'll have your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game and your Color Craft in the Paint Rebound Leader coming up for you here in just a few moments. Well, taking a look at how this one played out here tonight, it was competitive in the first half. Willamette was able to build as much as a 7-point lead in the first quarter. But Roseburg would storm back, led 17-15 at the end of one. In the second quarter, though, Roseburg would explode for a 28-18 advantage in the period. and they would lead 45-33 at halftime. Roseburg finished out the first half on a 15-0 run. That continued into the third quarter, and Roseburg would go on a 22-0 run to really pull ahead, and kind of a good thing too, because the game kind of got a little disjointed down the stretch in this one, and Roseburg left the door open a little bit for Willamette, but because they had such a large lead, it was a difficult attempt to try and come back in this one tonight for the Wolverines, and Roseburg hangs on for the victory. They led by as many as 23 in that third quarter. Final score was 79-63, a 16-point victory tonight for the Tribe. Roseburg eclipsing their season average of 72.4 points a game. Give up an average of 58.9, so that'll go up just a little bit with the 63 for Willamette here this evening. The Wolverines eclipsing their average of 48.8, but they also give up 79 tonight, and that's well above their average allowed of 51.6. Taking a look at individual scoring, unofficial here. Second half always starts to get away from me. I think I might be missing 1 point in the second half for Willamette, so don't quote me on these, but this is what I have. Leading scorer with 16 points for the Wolverines is Michael Small. He had 8 points in the first quarter, didn't score again until the second half, where he finishes with 8 points in the second half. 10 points for Jordan Thatcher, 11 points for Braden Long, 7 points for Jacob Hall. And then we've got 4 points in the game for Cole Zumwalt, 4 points for Miles Brooks. Zayden Conovad with 4 in there as well. 2 points for Shaman O'Roy. And 2 points for Jordan Smizik here tonight. That is what I have down as you're scoring. 9 threes in the ballgame for Willamette. They went 2 of 5 at the free throw line by my tally. On the other side for Roseburg, leading scorer tonight in this one, Roseburg finishes with a few players in double figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with double figures tonight. Micah Mendoza, I had him down for 15. He scores all of them in the first half, which I really baffled that he didn't score it all in the second half, but it looks to be that case. So there you go. Then you had 11 points in the game for Owen Bentia and for Hunter Fullerton. 10 points for Mark Oha and Jace Wilder. Then 6 points for Asher Vredenberg, 5 points for Boston Williams, 5 points for Carter Stedman, 2 points for Julian Lopez, Trey Finlayson, and Keegan Cleary. 9 threes on the night for Roseburg. They go 18 of 26 at the charity stripe here tonight. So JV gets a 56-30 win. Roseburg gets a 79-63 win in the varsity matchup. And the Tribe is now 2-1 in conference play. That will keep them a 1 game behind South Medford in the conference standings here early on in the league season. Coming up next for Willamette, they'll be taking on Lebanon tomorrow at home. It's time now here in the postgame show to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games, and you can come by to watch the live stream during the away games. Well, taking a look at it here tonight, scrolling through everything. I mean, pretty balanced attack for Roseburg here this evening, as they get 5 players in double figures, get good production off the bench, get good production from their starters. And now I've got to try and on the spot pick somebody as our player of the game. Let's see here. Man, I'm having a hard time with this one. They all did something. It's like everybody did something different to help lead towards the victory in this one. And so I'm going to give it to Mark Oha with 10 points here tonight. Why not? Everybody, it was really a team effort here tonight, but I'm going to give it to Mark Oha with his 10 points. It falls shy of his season high of 16, but a nice performance off the bench, helping to provide a little bit of a spark in the second and fourth quarters as he comes out. That second unit always so important. And Oha having a nice night tonight. So he'll be our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game on a night where the team looked pretty good all around. Your rebounding leader tonight, also a pretty even battle between everybody here tonight. But it looks like I have it down as Jace Wilder as your in the paint rebound leader tonight. And your In the Paint rebound leader will receive a $10 gift certificate from Java Run thanks to Colorcraft. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store, not a paint department. All right, there we go. I think that's everything we got to get in here tonight. Your final score again, 79-63. Roseburg gets the win on top of Willamette. And now they get ready for Grants Pass on the road coming up next week. Roseburg will be on the road both Tuesday and Friday next week. And we'll have those games for you here coming up. As we sign off, I want to say thanks to the Willamette Wolverines for making the trek down here for tonight's ball game. Great that we were able to have a competitive and sportsmanship game here this evening. I want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Big thanks to Angela Keyran for help with the video production here this evening. Spectacular as always. Thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio with the radio production this evening. Also, very nice job there as well, as always. And as always, say thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll catch up with you guys on Tuesday next week when Roseburg visits the Grants Pass Cavemen for a big showdown in Southwest Conference play from Heater Newman Gymnasium in Grants Pass, Oregon. We'll have the action for you streaming live online at 541radio.com, and you can catch it right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.